Hey friends, Sean here with Manly Made Minute, and welcome to Kendra's Card Challenge number 19, our mystery kit card hop. I am thrilled to be doing this card hop for you, and we have some great papers and some great elements in our mystery kits this time. And so those of you that may not be familiar, these are mystery kits that our VIP members on Kendra's Patreon site get as being a VIP member, and you get a mix of papers, a little mix of elements. I got a stamp set and I got a die cutting set in mine. So I believe there was about 3 different kits. You all may not have the same kit, but we're going to go through mine, and I am going to make 3 cards for you today. I'm going to make 2 from one little side pack that came with my kit, and then I'm going to make 1 with this die cut. And we're going to make a shaker card. So let's go down to my down camera. Let's get started. I want to show you the kit contents first. Then I've got a lot of prep work already done so we can go through and make 3 cards for you today. So let's head on down and take a look. So what I'm going to do, let's just show you the card kits first. This was my side kit that came with my mystery kit. All the paper in this was from Brass and Bliss. All right, so I got a nice stack of pre-cut, nice bright summer colors of cardstock, including these ones that are here that I've already cut up for my 2 cards that we're going to make from this mini kit that came with. It also came with sentiments, a sending love and a happy birthday. Then it also came with a couple elements. So there was 2 butterflies. Then there was also some little gems in there to add to your cards. And I am using these 3 gems that came with it. And we're going to enhance my ephemera. All right. Then the second part of this kit, all of this was from Honeybee Stamps. And I got 6x6 paper. So I've got these double-sided 6x6 beautiful colors that go with a nice pastel-y theme with my dies that came with this. This is from Maker's Movement. It is a cotton candy machine that came with happy birthday, hey sweetie, cotton candy, best wishes on your super sweet day. And it makes this cotton candy shaker card. Doesn't have to be shaker, but the sample in the back of the package is shaker, and we're going to go with that and do a little shaker element on one of our card sketches on challenge number 19. All right, let's get started. Oh, this also came with some happy birthday ephemera with some little gems. So great kit with a lot of options for cards. So I'm going to start with sketch number 4. I'm going to throw that up on the screen here for you. And we're going to use the kit from Brass and Bliss. All right. So sketch number 4. Here's what we're going to do. I've pre-cut all of this already. And so we're going to glue this together. And I'm going to glue these corners here first. So I've got one that goes up here, one that goes up here. This paper was part of my original kit. This was pre-cut already. So this was one of those bases that was in there pre-cut. Okay. So we're going to add these corners in first. Then we're going to layer those up. And then add my sentiment and my object over that circle. Okay. So if you look at the paper, this is the gray paper. This is the black paper on that sketch. Okay. I just lay this out so I have even border on both sides. And then I'll layer my paper elements right inside of this. Like so. Okay. Then layer these elements. This was also part of this same pack. This would be what was considered paper C out of my sketches that was pre-cut from those 6x6, all right? So this would be considered paper C. I'm going to have all the information for you below in the comments on the contents of your kits, of these kits, information about them, as well as information on the card hop. If you are not familiar with Kendra's Patreon site, I highly encourage you to check things out. You get lots of extra benefits being a part of her Patreon site, including these mystery kits that you get every single month as part of a VIP member. All right, I'm going to lay these three little pieces out up in this corner, just as my sketch shows. Okay. See if I can grab that. Again, this was already in my mystery pack. It worked perfect for this sketch. I have the perfect amount. I had the perfect papers that matched so nicely to make a couple sketches out of this one pack. We're getting 2 sketches today out of this. All right, so now you can see that gray paper is showing through as my background, right? Now I'm going to add my sentiment, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flag this end a little fishtail on there, flag tip on it. Okay. I'm going to layer this up because this is going to be on the end, covering the end of that sentiment. Like so. I'm going to take my butterfly now. I'm going to add one thing to my butterfly because this says paper F, which was this piece I put on top, 1 3/4 circle, second layer. I'm just adding a little extra on there. I'm using a jelly roll pen, and I'm going to just zoom in for you. And I'm just going to trace over the lines on the wings of this butterfly just to give it a little shimmer, little something something. And this is what came in the pack. I'm just enhancing it a little bit. Trace around it. Jelly rolls are the perfect little extra little something you can add to literally anything. Trace around your sentiments, around your ephemera. Love them. And we'll just give it a little trace around the body too. Why not? Why not? All right. See if the camera will catch that. See? Adds just a little something on top of that. I'm going to give it a little bend so that I get a little pop on those wings. And just glue down that center piece. And then I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals. And then we're going to lay that sentiment underneath. And you have yourself sketch number 4 out of your mystery pack. If you go also, you get a free download for all the sketches. If you are new to card making, I am telling you this is just the perfect little challenge to add to your repertoire of just card ideas, card layouts, getting used to doing card layouts and what can you add to cards. All right, I'm just going to center that, and then we're just going to lay this circle right over the end of this, just like so. And I know that I still would have my card. This is going to go over just a little bit. I'm okay with that. Let me just zoom out. All right. This is sketch number 4 out of my Brass and Bliss. Let's go on, and now we're going to go on to sketch number 5 here for you. Okay. Same pack of paper, a little bit easier layout on this one. All right. So now, as you can see on sketch number 5, you have your gray paper, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is my purple. Then paper D, which I'm using this paper out of paper D. I trimmed it down just a little bit out of my mystery pack. And that's going to be my full background on this. Okay? And this would be paper D. If you followed your sketches and did all your cutting, this would be paper D for sketch number 5. Center that. All right. Then I had this scrap paper, which I cut down just a little bit down to size, but it came as a scrap in my paper pack that I got. What we're going to do is we're just going to flag this end a little bit, and this would be paper E if you were following your sketches. And we're just going to do kind of a low flag on this one. I'm not going to pop this on dimensionals. I'm going to glue this down because I want to pop up my my object's going to have just some dimension on it. Like so. Now, my 2 1/2 to 3 inch object, again, I'm going to use one of those butterflies, and I'm going to take my jelly roll, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm tracing over those lines and around the body and around the wings, giving this just a little extra shimmer. You could actually just do shimmer all over this if you wanted to. I just decided to do a little trace around their wings, just to give it a little something. Okay, that's my object that's going to go here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bend this just slightly so I get those wings to pop, give it a little dimension. And I'm just going to glue that like so. Now I'm going to use the sentiment that came with my kit. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to actually flag this just a little bit on this end. And I'm just freehanding. If you have a die cut, by all means, feel free to die cut it. And I'm going to follow this coming off of that banner. Just like so. Now, for that dark circle, I've done 2 things. I took a little piece of that scrap out of this same kit, die cut a little circle, so I had a base for a gem. And I'm not going to throw it over the tip. I'm going to cover it, just go right at the end of that. And then I'm just adding a little gem that I have that matches. This is from Brutus Monroe. This is Buttons Galore and More. See if I can pick that up here. I'll try to drop it. There we go. I just want a little sparkle on there. So I added a little extra on there. There you have it. That is your sketch number 5 from that same kit. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I'm going to just get that in view here for you. Easy peasy. Beautiful card out of a simple little kit. Okay? All right, let's move on. I'm so excited to do this one. This is going to be your sketch number 7 for you. And sketch number 7. So the gray, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm using black, which came out of my Brass and Bliss card pack from this mystery kit. I'm using this bright turquoise as my base, and this is going to be the black piece. So this is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And that becomes my colored base now to lay these down. Now, we're going to need to cut these squares. So this was paper E that we're going to lay down first. Then we're going to lay down paper F. Okay? So paper E, I need to cut these in half. And these were double-sided. I'm using my plaid side for this and just cut it right in half, corner to corner on both of these. I think I cut one extra. Not sure why. Probably because I thought I was going to mess something up. But okay, so there's my 2 there. All right, now I'm going to start with my E sections. And you're going to start in one corner here, giving it a border. Okay? And we're just going to give this a border. Line that up in the corner. Like so. Then I'm going to do the same thing in this corner and line that corner up. Like so. Okay, then the next 2 essentially overlap, almost pointing right to that one. And that will get you your pattern here in the middle. About like so. Give yourself some border. And I'm actually kind of looking all around to make sure my border looks pretty even. And then same thing on this one, and almost pointing right straight to the one up above. Okay, and I should have almost a diamond in the middle. I do, I'm good to go. And these go opposite corners. Like so there. And then this one. Make sure you got nice even borders there. And this one goes right in here. And the other one. Not worried about that middle because I'm going to cover that up with my object. All right, we're going to set that aside to dry. Great little pattern. Love the paper. All right, here's what I've done. I have cut out a section of paper. So it says large word die or object with sentiment. Here's my object. This is going to be my object to lay in the center, which is we're going to turn this into my shaker die of cotton candy. All right, so first thing we're going to do is I pre-cut this with the die cut for the top of the cotton candy machine. I'm going to lay a little piece of acetate over that. And then I'm going to assemble. I've pre-cut all these tiny bits for this cotton candy machine. I'm going to zoom out so you can kind of see all these. Lots of little bits. All right, so as I glue these down, I will tell you what I did. Okay, so for the base, I used craft paper. I antiqued it with like a patina distress, and then I ran it through an embossing folder to make it look like a old wood wagon. Was my goal. And I'll put this there. You can see I'm kind of going by the picture. So I laid down the wagon piece. Now I'm just going to lay down the wheel. The wheel I had die cut out of craft. And then I just put on brown distress. And then the middle, I just used gold. So it looks like kind of a gold brass hardware on that wheel. Okay. I used gold for the base of my cotton candy machine. And I'm just resting it kind of on the cart and making sure I've got it covering the width of my dome for that piece. Then you got a little counter piece, right? That's going to come out from here. And that's where my cotton candy is going to sit. Like so. Then you have your other little counter piece, which is this odd shaped triangle, and I just did this in gold just to make it look like kind of like an extra piece of hardware essentially. All right, what I want to do is I cut out my pink little banner piece here, and I just picked up my pink blending brush. I didn't add any more ink to it. I'm just adding what I have on here for ink, just to give it some dimension. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my cotton candy. And I had a couple pieces of cotton candy. So we're just going to add a little bit of dimension to these. Cotton candy comes in all colors, purple, green. You can use whatever color you want for your cotton candy. And I'm just going to kind of stack these on my little serving cart here, like so. Thought it'd be fun to do two just to make it look kind of full. It's like they're for sale at the carnival. All right, I cut this piece out twice. I cut it in pink, then I cut it in gold because it cuts out the frame as well as the pink piece. All right, and it sets inside. So we're going to lay down my pink piece here first, my plaque piece on the cart. Then I'm going to lay down the frame. Don't fret yourself and try to put this on the frame. Give yourself just a little piece of trace around. It's less messy. And it's so much easier when you got little stuff like this. All right, I'm just going to hold that down for a second. Like so. All right, now, let me see here. I had a happy birthday sentiment. Right there it is. So I'm going to pop up my happy birthday. I think I'm just going to pop it up right here on the bottom. And we're just going to put that on a couple pieces of dimensionals. Then we're going to add my shaker bits and lay this on top. And you will have yourself sketch number 7. So here's the deal. I want you to think about this. You have liberty to go off the reins a little bit, go off the rules. As long as if you go off these rules, you are able to see what sketch you are doing. So you just want to ensure that if you add things, you can still understand what sketch it is. Okay? So my object here is obviously more than a little sentiment banner, right? But the layout is still the same on the background. I can still tell what sketch I'm trying to interpret with this. All right, I'm just creating my little box for my shaker bits. Okay, then I'm going to add, because I need this at the same height, I'm just going to add my strips here to lay the rest of this down, because I just need this at the same height as that border that I've created for my shaker bits. Okay. Then what I've done is I pre-cut another piece of acetate, same size, so that I can lay my shaker bits in here, lay this over the top of my dimensionals, so I don't have to try to worry on flipping this and stuff. And I want this see-through because I want to be able to see my paper that I've laid behind on my card base for that sketch. I have some beautiful shimmer pink sequins. and some pink and red and white hearts that I'm going to mix together for my cotton candy. Because I've got pink cotton candy sitting on the shelf. So we're just going to make some pink cotton candy in here. All right. Make sure I got it off of everything so I get a nice seal. Like so. I'm going to take my other piece of acetate and I'm going to lay this right over the top. Like so. Oh, I've got cotton candy to make. All right. This one was so fun. So much fun. Here is the deal. Check out Kendra's Patreon site. You get these free card kits. You get stamps sometimes. Sometimes you get a die. Sometimes you get ephemera and paper. And it's all mixed. Not everybody gets the same, which is okay. But look at the ideas you can get out of this. Is out of one card, you guys. And you've got so many options. And I'm still able to use this kit to follow for sketches, which is the fun part, right? All right, I'm going to lay this right here in the center. That's my object. And I've got cotton candy to make. All right. Let me give you a nice little close-up on this one. So this is sketch number 7. 3 cards, 1 mystery card kit. So check out Kendra's Patreon site. Get yourself out some 6 pieces of 6x6 paper. Download the sketches. That'll have all the links down below that you can download these sketches and do some cards for the challenge this month. You can do it once per month, or you can do it for the next quarter, or just once for the quarter and enter to win some prizes. And there you have it. Thank you all so very much for hanging with me. Appreciate you all. And I hope to see all of your challenges, all of your sketches, and hopefully some mystery cards out there to post. There is some hashtags that you can tag everything down below. And I appreciate you following along. Make sure you hit my other team members. The playlist is down below for the hop for today. And check out what they are making as well. And until next time, I'll see you then.